My name is Jody Olette, and this video is really about my story and my testimony about how I overcame fibromyalgia and really got my life back. And the intention and design and purpose of me putting this together is really hopefully to be able to help other people in really gaining relief for their fibromyalgia. Now, I need to, of course, begin with a disclaimer. This is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, offer medical advice, any health advice, anything like that. This is simply my story. This is simply my testimony. I also need to ask forgiveness if this video does get a little bit lengthy, but I really want you to stick with this. I want you to watch this entire video, because if you are suffering right now with fibromyalgia, or you know somebody who is suffering with fibromyalgia, this may change your life, or it may change their life. And so let me just share with you my story, a little bit about the history. I think it's important. First of all, I want to let you know that I know that fibromyalgia is an extremely frustrating diagnosis to hear. There's not much known about it, and there's very little information or relief given from the medical community. See, this started for me back in my early 20s. I was having all sorts of symptoms, headaches, neck pain. It turned into all over body pain, tenderness. I mean, I had so much tenderness in my body that, you couldn't even touch my leg, and it just hurt so bad. And then it turned into IBS. As embarrassing as that is to talk about, having irritable bowel syndrome, the reality is it's a fact. It's a part of fibromyalgia. Now, here's what happened. After seeing several doctors, not getting any answers, from x-rays to MRIs to pain management clinics to you name it, been through the tests. Nobody could really tell me anything. I had one doctor, I think, in the pain management clinic that said, well, you may have fibromyalgia, but we don't really know. And, of course, at this time, it was still something that was pretty new, really not much known about it whatsoever. And so I just gave up on the medical community altogether, and I decided whatever it is that I have or I'm suffering with, I'm just going to suffer with it. It's just going to be a part of my life. It's fact, it's reality. Well, a few years later, after going through, years of getting worse, not sleeping, I went to work one day, and literally I sat at my desk and I shared an office with another girl, and I just broke down. I mean, I felt like I was having a mental breakdown. I was in tears, and she asked me what was wrong. I said, I can't take this anymore. I can't take the pain. I'm not sleeping. I am just exhausted. I'm at my wit's end, and I don't know what to do. Well, she convinced me to go home that day, and she said, please, I know, you don't have much faith in the medical community, but, make another appointment, see another doctor, see if they can find some answers for you. And so, because I was so desperate at this point, I did. I went back to another doctor, and of course, after more tests and looking at my medical history and all the previous tests and exams that I had, going through some physical tests, she determined that I had fibromyalgia. And once again, I sat in her office, and I just broke down in tears again. And she looked at me and she said, what's wrong? Are you depressed or something? And I looked at her, just absolutely astounded, and I said, no, I have a name. There's a name for what I have. There's a term here. I have a diagnosis. So at that point, I asked her, so where do we go from here? What do we do? How do we manage it? And of course, her answer was to write me out a prescription for painkillers and sleep medication. Now, I'm not big on taking medication, and never have been. I've always looked into alternative treatments, natural therapies, and so I went home with the prescriptions, never took them. Thankfully, because the pain medication that she had prescribed was actually pulled off of the market, I think about 2 years later, because of side effects and deaths related to this medication. And so, so what I ended up doing was, of course, I basically made that decision that I would live with it again. Okay, so here I am. There's still no relief. I have a name, but I have no relief to what's going on. And so here's what happened next, because I discovered my own personal cure, my own remedies, if you will, natural treatment, by complete accident. I had started a home business working in the health industry. We were actually working with a lot of environmental technologies. We also had a division of health and wellness products. Well, I never really got involved with the health and wellness products because I was very, very passionate about the technologies that we brought to the marketplace. Well, what happened is I ended up earning a company cruise, went on that cruise, and started hearing all of these testimonies from people that had been taking a new product that our company launched, and it was an all-natural vitamin-based energy drink. And so I was hearing about, you know, all the increased energy and the mental clarity and weight loss stories. And so I decided, you know what, I don't sleep. I could certainly use the extra energy, and I know I could use the mental alertness, the mental clarity. And so I got home from that cruise, I ordered some of the product and got started on it and started taking it every day. And it was a drink. And so after about 2 weeks, I started to notice something. I began to wake up in the middle of the night sweating profusely. And so I wondered, what is going on here? And so I started asking around, did some research, and found out that I was actually detoxifying. And so because I was not on a supplement routine prior to this, I was not taking vitamins on a daily basis, I was pretty deficient in, you know, vitamins and minerals, not the best healthy diet at that time. I'm still in my 20s. And so after that, here's the next thing that happened. After about 30 days of being on the product, I noticed I am sleeping better and I'm starting to feel better. My mental awareness is better. I'm not just exhausted anymore. The pain is starting to subside, and I'm like, wow, there is something to this. And so because I was having such a great experience with that product, we decided to go ahead and test out some of the other products that our company offered. And so I did some research and found out that these products are, you know, all natural, they're whole food derived, there's a delivery system or process within the supplements that guarantees maximum absorption at cellular level. The other thing that I found out about the products was that there's nothing added to the products that isn't essential and needed by the body. Okay, so I started a whole new health routine, and this is what happened. Within, I don't even know what the exact time frame was, but all of my symptoms went away. I'm now sleeping. I am now pain-free. I now no longer have IBS. I'm not dealing with that whole issue in itself, which that in itself was worth its weight in gold. But all of a sudden, I was completely symptom-free, and I will tell you that it has been 9 years for me now. I want to tell you, this is not an overnight miracle cure. This is really a lifestyle transformation. And what I figure, and to this day, you know, I don't see a doctor very often, but if I do, and you fill out medical records, 99% of the time I even forget to write fibromyalgia on that record because I forget that I have it because I'm not dealing with the pain and just everything that comes with it anymore. And so this is what I need to tell you, because it really, that was the first step. Supplementing was the first step. The next step was, you know, making some changes as far as diet. We eat now a lot of organic foods. We really pay attention to what we're putting into our bodies. And after doing further research, you know, in more recent years, there's been a lot of research regarding fibromyalgia and a link to an imbalance in the body. Because I tell people, you know, I don't really think I had fibromyalgia. I think I was deficient in vitamins and minerals, and my body was not performing at its best. It was not able to repair itself like it should. It couldn't fight off things. My immune system was down. I mean, there was all sorts of things that were going on and kind of compounding. And so what I recommend is, number one, you've got to look at restoring, restoring that balance in the body. Begin with some supplementation. Now, the other thing you need to know is that not all supplements are created equal. Okay, just because you're taking a vitamin does not mean that you are actually absorbing that vitamin into your body. And so I could take literally probably 10 minutes on each of the products that I use. I'm not going to have time to do that in this video, but I do want to show you exactly what I started with, what I added, and what I take. It's not, this isn't completely what I take every day, but this is what I believe is really the core foundation of really what has helped me to have relief for 9 years now. And so this is actually what I started out with. Remember I was talking about that energy drink? This is a product, and for ordering information, you can actually, you'll see my website here, either next to the video, on the video, below the video, depending on where you're seeing this, but it's called Revive, and Revive is an all-natural energy drink, and so this provides awesome energy, mental clarity without the side effects that you might find in other energy drinks on the market that are, you know, high in caffeine, high in sugars. This is powder-based, so you just mix it with water, and I recommend this 1 to 2 times a day. This is great. The next thing that I would add, which has been a staple, of course, for me also for 9 years, is a product called Refuel. This would be like the equivalent of taking a multivitamin. This is just absolutely rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, flora, which you may know the term probiotics, digestive enzymes. It's enzyme based. This definitely is guaranteed maximum absorption of nutrients at cellular level. And that's why I think that this worked so well for me, is because it is designed specifically to work with the human body. You're not getting a bunch of stuff that you don't absolutely need. And so this is another daily routine. The third thing that I have added in is a drink called Replenish, and Replenish is this is a drink that's actually formulated by a few different grapes. The basis of it being the muscadine grape. You can do some research on that. It's grown right here in the United States. But this is great for antioxidants. In fact, it has a very high ORAC score, if you're familiar with that. This is for, you know, getting rid of free radicals. The ORAC score is 3764, 3,764 per serving. You only need 2 ounces a day of this. The other thing that I found is not only is it a great antioxidant, it's great for your circulation system, but this is a great anti-inflammatory product also. And so this is something that we love. Not only do I take this, my kids love this. They call it their grape juice. Tastes great. Wonderful benefits. And then the fourth thing that I would recommend would be Resist. And Resist is an immune system builder. This is also a capsule that you would take. It's a bioactive microalgae complex for immune system support. And this is good too, you know, for your kids, for fighting, you know, viruses and all sorts of things. But this has been a great immune system builder. And this is something that is definitely a staple in my routine. Also, again, it's not limited to this. I do take other things, but this would be the minimum that I would say. Now, you know, if you're just starting out, don't feel like you have to add a bunch of things all at once, because I think it's important to find out what's really working for your body, and so maybe start with 1 or 2 things at a time. The other important thing would be, remember, this isn't an overnight thing. This is really about lifestyle changes, and so you've got to give yourself at least 30 days to get this into your system, get it really working on helping your body. At that point, you should start to see a difference, okay? But really give yourself at least a minimum of 60 days to really feel the effects, to feel the difference, and to really gain some relief. I'm in no way guaranteeing that this would be, you know, your cure, but I will tell you that, you know, back then when I was in the middle of just that suffering, if somebody would have come to me and told me, you know, I've got a product that may help you, I don't know for sure, but it's helped me, would you be willing to try it? Absolutely. Without a doubt, I would have tried it. I would have tried anything. The unfortunate thing is nobody came to me, and nobody told me, nobody offered me any type of relief, and that is why I'm really doing this video. I want to offer you hope. I want to offer you relief. I want to offer you a solution, because I know how debilitating fibromyalgia is, but I also believe that you don't have to suffer, okay? You know, do some research. Look at the imbalance in the body and what that can do. I mean, there are millions of people suffering with this today, and, you know, in my heart, I truly believe that for many, it could be solved through proper diet, through proper supplements, and really just giving your body a chance to repair itself and to fight back. And so I hope that this helps you. If you have questions, you can absolutely contact me through my website. It's becomingchangeagents.com. There's information again on this video to access my website and ordering information. And if this helps you, if this provides you with some relief and this changes your life, I welcome your testimony. Let me know, because I really firmly believe that if we can help enough people, this is something that we can take to the world, and this is about transforming lives. And so thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and I certainly wish you the absolute best to your health.